Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at some recent bits of news surrounding both Chainlink and Ethereum. We're going to start by looking at the recent exploit that happened yesterday with Coinmarketcap and how this could be fixed by Chainlink. After that, I'm going to be looking at a tweet from Chainlink about Chainlink's services and their pricing, and then we're going to be looking at some NFTs on top of the Ethereum network. Of course, if you enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. As we can see, there was an exploit on CoinMarketCap yesterday, and it showed the incorrect pricing of certain assets. As we can see, it said one BTC is worth $799 billion, and one Ether is worth $42 billion. Obviously, these prices are very far off from the actual prices. However, this did cause a few issues, and it did cause some issues for Oracle networks. Now, the first thing that I could think of is if CoinMarketCap wants reliable price data, they could use Chainlink's price data instead of coming up with their own. This would be a good idea, as the majority of us check CoinMarketCap pretty frequently and we would like to see correct data. However, CoinMarketCap is a data provider. This means what they actually do is they provide their own price data to Oracle nodes. Now, CoinMarketCap is actually a data provider to Band Protocol. If you don't know what Band Protocol is, it's a competing Oracle service to Chainlink. However, it has a lot less projects on it and it has a lot less use than Chainlink right now. It's a very, very distant second place, but it is still in second place. Now, this actually caused a lot of issues for Band Protocol. Essentially, Band Protocol were using price feeds that were coming from CoinMarketCap, and they were using price feeds coming from another separate data provider. However, this only meant that there were two price feeds that Band Protocol were using, clearly not enough. Since Band Protocol take the median aggregated value, this was skewed significantly when CoinMarketCap had their incorrect price data. As a direct result, in decentralized finance, Band Protocol got the prices very, very wrong. And as we can see on these charts here, Band Protocol's prices were skewed very, very highly because of CoinMarketCap, and this meant that the Oracle network was reporting incorrect price data. Of course, reporting incorrect price data is very, very bad, and it actually can crash entire decentralized finance protocols. Now, Chainlink doesn't have the same problem that Band Protocol does, and this is because Band Protocol only has two data providers. Chainlink has tons of data providers, well over 20 data providers for the majority of price feeds. This means that if CoinMarketCap gets the wrong data, Chainlink will continue taking the median value, and CoinMarketCap's data will not even skew Chainlink's data whatsoever. So it is interesting to see that multiple other Oracle networks couldn't handle this, however Chainlink could still handle this. CoinGecko is something that provides data to Chainlink, and they have gotten the wrong price data before. However, it actually hasn't made Chainlink go down, it hasn't made Chainlink report incorrect data, and it hasn't made decentralized finance applications work. So, this was one of the things that I wanted to point out about yesterday's CoinMarketCap drama and how it could be made a lot better with Chainlink. Now, the next thing that I actually do want to discuss a little bit is I want to talk about a tweet from Chainlink because this tweet was very, very informative and it broke down a lot of different things quite well. Chainlink said that he wants to give some perspective on the economics of Chainlink services. He wants to talk about user fees, cost efficiency, network subsidies, economies of scale, and sustainability. Now, I found this tweet very informative and it actually showed some information that I wasn't sure of previously and some information that I'd actually been looking for. Essentially, Chainlink starts by saying that the ultimate goal of all Chainlink services is to become self-sustaining. The reason for this is because the number of linked tokens has a supply cap at 1 billion, and this means that in order to actually secure the network, Chainlink is going to need to generate enough user fee revenue in order for this to happen. They can't continue to print linked tokens as inflation. So, what Chainlink God does in this tweet thread is he goes through each of Chainlink's active services and talks about how these services work and how they're economically sustainable. The first service that Chainlink God discusses is any API. Now, any API is basically just gathering data from any location. So you could be gathering weather data from a Chainlink Oracle node, or you could be gathering legal data, or just any data that's on chain. And any API essentially follows a request and receive model. What's going to happen is a smart contract developer is going to want some data. So what they're going to do is they're going to request this data from the Chainlink Oracle node. They'll send some link as payment to the Chainlink Oracle node. The Chainlink Oracle node will then go off and fetch the data and deliver it to the smart contract developer. So, if you wanted weather data, you could just go to AccuWeather, request the data from them, and they'll deliver that data to you for a link payment. That's essentially how it works. Now, the payments for this service work on a case-to-case basis. Essentially, the data provider is actually able to choose how much link is required to access their own data. So if somebody wants to buy this data, the data provider will set the price and they will set the conditions. So this is how the economics for this specific service actually work. Now, you may know that Chainlink has another service called Verifiable Randomness function, and all this does is it provides randomness to a certain event. This is used most commonly in a bunch of different video games on the Binance Smart Chain, and it's also used quite frequently on Ethereum and Polygon. This follows a very similar request and receive model. However, instead of fetching data, a Chainlink Oracle node is going to generate the randomness themselves, and they will also generate a cryptographic proof of this randomness to ensure that they've done their job correctly. Now, the pricing for this is 2 Chainlink on the Ethereum mainnet, or 2 link tokens, 0.2 link tokens on the Binance Smart Chain, and 0.0001 link on Polygon. As we can see, there have been 26,809 requests for randomness on top of Ethereum, 264,000 requests for randomness on top of the Binance Smart Chain, and 2.5 million requests for randomness on top of Polygon. So this shows that the cheaper networks are actually using Chainlink's VRF a lot more. The reason for this is obviously because it's a lot cheaper to use. However, hopefully a lot of layer 2s will start using Chainlink VRF, and this is where I see the majority of games actually going to, so they'll probably be using Chainlink VRF quite a bit. These are definitely some interesting statistics on how Chainlink VRF work, and it is interesting to see where the majority of use for this is. Now, another thing to point out is that if you actually look at the fees generated for Chainlink VRF, Ethereum would be in the lead with 26,809 requests. They'd be just ahead of the Binance Smart Chain, which is something interesting to look at. Now, VRF is going to be improved upon further in SmartCon, where it's going to go away from this request and receive model, and it's also going to go into a subscription-based model where the link is pre-funded and then randomness can be generated whenever. Now, we're going to speed through the next couple of points because the video is getting a bit long. The next service that Chainlink is using is Chainlink Keepers, where Chainlink nodes will perform off-chain computation in order to actually speed up smart contracts. Now, this doesn't follow a request and receive model, except someone needs to pre-sign or pre-fund a registry to actually start using Chainlink Keepers. And whenever a smart contract is executed, the Chainlink Keepers will do their job. Now, the Chainlink Keepers will get paid in a specific way. They're going to get paid for the gas costs of doing their job, and they'll get a small premium on top of it. For the Ethereum network, they'll get a 20% premium. For Binance, they'll get a 30% premium, and for Polygon, they'll get a 70% premium. So what's going to happen is a smart contract developer will choose to use Chainlink Keepers. They will then pre-fund the registry with link tokens tokens which will be paid out to these keepers. Every time a smart contract needs to be executed, these keepers will perform off-chain computation and they'll get some money in return for doing this, for speeding up the smart contracts. This is simply how it works. The last thing to briefly talk about is Chainlink price feeds. This is very similar to any API, however it works slightly differently. The reason it works slightly differently is DeFi applications need price feeds so frequently, so it wouldn't make sense to constantly pay a fee every time they need this price feed if the fee will be very large. The way Chainlink price feeds work is they make the fees a lot cheaper, and the way they do this is they use the standard request and receive model. However, what they also do is they aggregate user fees together and then pay these fees all at once, and this results in the gas costs being amortized across a bunch of different users, which makes it a lot cheaper. So, as more users join the network, it becomes cheaper and cheaper to use price feeds. Of course, the problem with this is it causes a bit of a chicken and an egg problem, where a lot of individuals don't want to join because the network isn't paying them enough at the beginning because they need more and more users there. As a direct result, Chainlink actually has a subsidy, and what this means is at the beginning there's a bit of a subsidy which is paid to the price feed users and the price feed Oracle providers. However, as more individuals actually join the Oracle network, the subsidy goes down and it all balances out, which is a very good way of doing things, and it is quite interesting. Regardless, that was about all that I wanted to talk about in Chainlink God's Thread. It gives a very good overview of Chainlink services, how they actually work economically, and what the pricing behind these services are. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is an NFT. Essentially, as of recent, a lot of big companies have been coming on board and actually starting up their own NFTs. However, in my opinion, it's starting to get a little bit stupid. Basically, every big company that I can think of right now is doing an NFT in some form or another. And the reason for this is obviously because it's very cheap to produce an NFT, and they therefore get a lot of money from this. Now, I do think this is quite silly, and I don't think it's actually that healthy for the Ethereum ecosystem. As we can see on Twitter, you can see Stan Lee is advertising a Marvel NFT. Now, Stan Lee is the creator of Marvel, and he is actually dead, so they are using the Twitter account of a dead person to actually advertise a random NFT. Of course, this actually does seem pretty evil from Marvel, and it does seem pretty exploitive. However, a lot of other companies have been doing similar things where they just spin up a very bad NFT and they try and sell it off to people and take whatever money they can get. In my opinion, this isn't mainstream adoption of cryptocurrencies, and I do think it's just riding on top of a speculation bubble right now. Of course, this is making a lot of people think that NFTs are pretty stupid. As you can see, this tweet has 21,000 retweets and it has 9.1k likes. This means that the majority of people are coming to this tweet to say how bad it is, and most people think this is quite ridiculous. Of course, I do agree with the majority of these people right here, and this definitely isn't mainstream adoption. I probably won't buy any NFTs of big companies, as I do think it's quite stupid and it's just trying to profit off speculation. Anyway, this is a bit frustrating as well because it's making a lot of people not understand what NFTs are. All an NFT is it represents digital ownership of something. Without NFTs, the Ethereum network wouldn't even be able to run, because if you can't digitally own any piece of code or verify any piece of code, a blockchain just wouldn't work whatsoever. NFTs allow you to do a range of different things. LexisNexis is bringing legal contracts on chain, and they're actually putting these into the form of NFTs. Microsoft are actually putting their videos and video games as NFTs on chain, so they can actually trace all of these videos and all of these different streaming services so they can't be pirated. You can put a house contract as an NFT. And all it does is it represents digital ownership. Of course, the main thing people are talking about is just simple JPEG images, and this is because it seems the most stupid, so everyone is talking about it the most. Anyway, I did just want to say that I do think that this is giving people the wrong idea of NFTs, and brands are starting to exploit them, which is quite silly. If we go all the way back to the meme at the beginning of the video, you can see that a lot of brands are taking this crypto thing a little bit too far, and it is pretty annoying and no one really likes it. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching the video.